Hello, my name is Mark Helm, and I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Self Storage Quick Start Academy. I support small investors getting in the self-storage business, and people who want to grow their self-storage business do so strategically. This industry is the best industry there is for the small investor, but it's getting very sophisticated very fast. So I will support you in strategically growing in this business. The last 5 episodes, we've been talking about the 5 things to keep your eyes on to run a successful and fantastic self-storage business. We call those the key performance indicators, the KPIs. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, review the last 5 episodes. But today I want to start a conversation on the 5 things to not do while you're operating your self-storage system, because these things can really bite you. And the number one thing I want to talk about is SCRA. Well, what is SCRA? SCRA is the Service Members Civil Relief Act. Well, how in the world would the Service Members Civil Relief Act apply to me as a self-storage owner? Well, in short, you better not auction the contents of a service member. You open yourself up to civil penalties as well as criminal penalties. So what in the world is SCRA? Well, SCRA is an act that actually was started in 1918 during World War I to protect frontline military people from undue financial burdens. And it was in effect during World War I, and then it was suspended, and it was started again in World War II, and it's been kept in place ever since. Now, it's had different names and been called different things, but in essence, it's designed to relieve many of the financial burdens that people on the frontline military experience while they're servicing our country. It's designed to protect the active military people and the family members, the dependents. That's a legal term, the dependents of the active military person. So what is a dependent? Well, it's more than just a box that's checked off on the IRS form. A dependent is someone who gets 51% or more of their support from an active military person. Well, how in the world will I know who's military and who isn't? Well, you got to ask them. And it starts with your lease. So I have learned. Now, lawyers, I know your ears are beginning to perk up a little bit. Is this guy practicing law without a legal license? No. I'm reporting to people who are getting in the business or want to grow their business. I'm sharing what attorneys have shared with me. I am not practicing law. I don't practice law, and I'll say that a few times. I'm not practicing law. I'm sharing what attorneys have told me to do to protect myself and make sure I'm in compliance with SCRA. And it starts with your lease. Every lease should have this in it. Now I'm going to read it. So, quote, is the occupant in, comma, or a dependent of someone in active duty, comma, reserve duty, comma, National Guard, comma, or military service, question mark. I'll read that again. Is the occupant in or a dependent of someone in active duty, reserve duty, National Guard, or military service? If they check no, they are a normal customer in the self-storage business. If they check yes, the next question out of your mouth is, will you give me the name and the contact information of your commanding officer? Make sure you get that. Now, there'll be a place where they check yes or they check no. No, you're fine. If they check yes, here's just what I suggest you do. 1, you would flag in your operating system that this is an active military person. So someone coming behind you, if you're a manager, you don't want the owner, who usually doesn't know what they're doing, to come behind you and start the legal lien process against an active military. Flag it in the operating system. 2, flag their paper file so no one coming behind you will start a lien process using the paper file. 3, make sure you get their social security number. Now, I know as a good owner and a good operator, you get the social security numbers of everybody, but especially service members. Now I want to say that again. Get the social security numbers of everybody. Well, Mark, people don't want to give me their social security number. It's a private thing. No, it's not a private thing. Your social security number is your identification number. It is not a private thing. You've got to treat it with respect. There are certain things you can do and not do with it. But here's the thing. No social security number, no lease from us. You mean I can do that? Absolutely, you can do that. So people who will not give you their social security number, they are not a protected class. You can discriminate all day long against them. Get a social security number. No rent, especially with service members. You don't want to get a wrongful disposition lawsuit because you didn't have a social security number. Always get it. Well, how do I know if someone who's already renting from me is an active military person? Well, the website to go to is the Department of Defense Manpower Center. Now, in the blog itself, there's a direct link to that website. If you're Googling it, don't make the mistake. The first few websites that pop up are not that site. Those are aggregators who will charge you money and provide the same service. Go directly to the government site, Department of Defense Manpower Center. And you got to have the social security number, but you enter the social security number of the military person. You can find out if they're active duty, who their commanding officer is, everything you need to know. If you can't find any information, can't contact them, and you still need to auction and put the unit back in service, you can seek help from a court. Go to your attorney, get a court injunction to auction or remove their goods, but you can't do it without a court order. Pay a lawyer, get a court order. So, I know this is not the most inspiring episode you've ever seen, and not the most inspiring episode I've ever done, but let me tell you, there is nothing inspiring about getting a certified letter to appear in court for a wrongful disposition against a military person. You do not want to be that person. It is civil as well as criminal. So protect yourself. It's very simple. Just start here, start with your lease. Connect with your attorney, make sure that is in your lease, and protect yourself. It's very simple to do, but very important to do. I made this the #1 mistake simply because the penalties are so great. So thank you very much for watching. My name's Mark Helm. I'm the author of Creating Wealth Through Self-Storage, and I'm the creator of the Storage World Analyzer. It's a financial tool that we use as we analyze projects that we're either going to build, we're going to buy, or we're going to buy and expand. We're coming out with an updated, revamped version of this soon. If you're already using it, all your projects will be there and you'll have free access to it and training on it. So thank you very much. Let me know your challenges, let me know your successes, and create true wealth and a fulfilling career in this fantastic business. See you later.